Hey guys, welcome back. It's time for another one build 1 week, and we're kind of coming back to how it was originally intended. Granted, I think all of them. Actually, the last two are kind of questionable because I did build more than one character. It's fine. It was for content, but we are going back to just one character, and that one character this week is Kaveh. I honestly have been wanting to build some of the DPSs because I feel like I've been doing nothing but supports. And I was like, Kaveh, like anytime you build like a DPS or anyone on field, it's really easy to kind of figure out how like their damage changes throughout. So we're building Kaveh. Is this meta? Probably not. It's fine. We'll build Kaveh before I finish building Mavuika or Skirk. So let's look at his stats because I have been working on him for the past little bit because he was originally at 50 not too long ago. And I was like, oh, okay, I don't want this to be nightmarish to me. So he is level 71. I am running him on a Fav Great Sword, so there isn't going to be really any weapon building, although I will probably be working on some other characters alongside that. Oh, I actually do. Hold on. Let me change up his stuff. Okay, this is what we are working with. I have been putting some of Shinobu's Flower of Lost Paradise pieces on Kaveh just to kind of get like an idea for like team comps and whatnot. We only have a 2-piece. We're actually missing a feather, and usually feathers are like the easiest things for me to find. We do have a Gilded Dream Sands on him, which I am keeping. We have a Dendro Paradise Lost Goblet. So all we need is just a circlet and a leveled up feather. For his talents, we only have to level up the normal, which is actually going to be necessary for the team we're running. Because we are running Shatter Bloom on Kaveh. Now, technically Kaveh is mainly just really good for Bloom, and that's kind of it. But you can run him on different things. And I kind of wanted to see the different things. And then when I was on Kaching mains, I saw Shatter Bloom, got really excited about it. I was like, oh, okay, this sounds really cool. So we're gonna try Shatter Bloom on him. We're gonna work on not only this team, but just Kaveh as well as my team. So we have Shenhe for Cryo, Xingqiu for Hydro, Nahida obviously for our Dendro application. We might try some other fun team ideas that I have, but let's go to Masanori and see what we're working with right now. I should actually at some point just use the DPS one, but I can never remember where it is, and that involves going to Miliastra. And I feel like that's more tedious than having to talk to Masanori twice. Now, I don't know if Masanori will freeze. And unfortunately, when I've tried this previously, I haven't been able to figure it out. Also, I think the Nightwing wings look good on Kaveh. Like, I mean, does it go with the white? No, but it goes with like the little red, like little drapey-do on him. It fits really well. Let's see how this goes. Even though I don't think Shenhe is... Oh god! I just did that in the wrong direction. We're not gonna focus on time, we're just mainly... I just need your E... I need to fix Shenhe's ER. That. Damn it! Let's try that again. Okay. We can. Okay. It seems like right now Xingqiu is doing the most damage. But on Shadow we can do about 12,000. Okay. We're gonna ignore the fact that I just died. It's fine. But we have a rough idea of how we're looking. Now let's go actually build him. First things first, let's go take out his boss. I actually don't have that many more fights of this to go. And yes, this is the weirdest team ever for this. I don't care. I've been able to knock this thing out in one rotation, so I'm not gonna complain. Why is every hypostasis like a nuisance? I know like everyone hates like the Oceanid because she has like a whole villain monologue, but like seriously the hypostases are just as bad because they have way too many times where you just literally can't damage them. And you have to just like wait for them to like stop being such a little bitch. I don't know. I mainly like using Nahida for this because she does have some of the easiest Dendro applications. I swear, honestly, just running Fischl and Nahida probably on that second part and then just doing any amount of burning. Like, I've used Mavuika in that spot. Like, whatever. If we get... Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to do this 4 times. I was like, if we get 4 all 3 times, then we don't have to do it a 4th time. But it's fine. I need these. I think it's Primordial Green Bloom. I hope it is. Time to make it. Look, we're gonna make a high Kaveh team work, okay? Now I do want to say Shinobu is running Paradise Lost. Kaveh is on Deepwood, so. It worked! We finished it in a minute. I know Nahida would probably make that much faster, but it's fine. Apparently this is gonna be the best place to run Vodka. Oh god! Okay. It's supposed to do more 50% more animo damage when you do swirl, which I did see at 32k. Let's just keep running Venti. The issue I'm having is there are too many pyro pitches on this hellhole. I don't know if I know how to actually use Black Hold. Okay, I think that took like a minute. Yeah. I did get the transient resin from the teapot, and I might get the other one from... What am I thinking? Imaginarium, that should reset. But I'm only doing this one because I also need Wanderer stuff. Not that. Not that. Oh my god, why does this game hate me? If that didn't have double defense, it could actually work. I originally was gonna wait to do this until after the week, but I am impatient. And I have to wait for that last one anyway, so let's run all of our crappy artifacts through. This could be so good, but it's the double defense. And I don't think those are even high rolls for defense. Can we get anything good? No. 3 flat pieces. A sands with double flat. No. This is not our day, is it? No, it's not. I actually have enough now. Sec? No, that's ass. I don't want 2 more. Oh well. So at this point, I was just finally, I got enough Quelled Creepers and very slowly getting Kaveh leveled up because I just had no money. Also kept running through all of the Desert Pavilion domain. I never remember the name of it. I think I actually was doing like talking in real time, but I don't know what happens in audio, so we're in voiceover. And I have so many artifacts to get rid of. And I actually was going through and getting rid of other ones in prep for the what is the transmuter box. But we actually did get a fairly decent flower, which I don't recall if I actually saved or not. Wait, did I not? I don't remember now. Oh no. And finally, we can get Kaveh's normal up to 6, which for most normal bloom teams, you don't need the normal leveled up, but for Shatter Bloom specifically, you do actually want the normal because you need to do physical attacks in order to inflict shatter. So it gave me a reason to do it. And more crap! I swear, artifact farming has become the death of me because I cannot get anything good. I'm actually filming this voiceover a lot later, and I've just done so much Stygian, and I still can't get a single decent attack stance for Vodka, and I'm dying. But let's run some more stuff through. And we can't get anything good. I might, if y'all want me to make like a little video or something like that on like artifacts and like what artifacts I keep and what I recommend, let me know, because I know I'm very picky, but I don't know if that'd be helpful for anyone. Anyways, another quick little level up. And a lot of running around to get books, because I'm perpetually just low. And finally, we get the only 2 morning flowers I actually needed. More leveling. Honestly, it was actually really fun building Kaveh. Mainly because it was just like, I'm kind of just going to be using him in like a very untraditional setup. And I could, in order to do shatter anything, I could always use like Fremine because he has a physical build. But I would honestly rather just play him in like a cryo team and then have the option of physical shatter, because it ultimately is just going to depend on whether or not shatter becomes anything in Shineshi. I'm just presuming that cryo is going to become meta, and now I am running around Natlan fighting the, I don't know what these are technically called. I call them the baby papillas, mainly because I needed level ups for Kaveh. I was at that final point. You know, when you get to like 79, and I know some people will just go over. I don't like doing that. So finally got him up to 80. Finally got him built. And now we can spend all the resin we ever get in artifacts and scream. Not gonna lie, that was a good crown. And we can't ever catch a break. I'm not even kidding. I don't know how many times I ran this. I never got a singular decent piece for Wanderer at all. But I did switch out feathers because I found a better one for Kuki. So I gave the one that she had to Kaveh. Let's do another round of strong boxing for garbage. There's nothing worse than when it's like 1 attack, 1 defense, 1 HP, because it just never works out in your favor. Ever. And we get to end the episode strong with more fails. So it's been some time. Let's now wrap everything up. Kaveh is officially more or less built. I don't know necessarily in terms of what his stats need to be, but 1100 attack, 508 EM, which is definitely not bad. His crit rate definitely needs some work, but we'll talk about that in a minute. ER is 182, not bad. Again, I'm running him on Fav Greatsword. I think if you run him on anything that isn't Fav, like if I were to have him on Chest, which wouldn't do anything but give him more crit, or Wolfstone, I wouldn't need the crit to be as high. But he is also a main DPS, so you kind of want some crit. I never got a circlet for him. Since I'm running him crit, never got anything. It's gonna suck because I need crit rate with crit damage and EM, but we still have the same Dendro Goblet, still have the same EM Sands. This was originally on Shinobu, but I switched it over because this is a lot better for Shinobu than this is, so it can work. And technically this isn't Adahaisen's flower. Wait, it's Adahaisen's flower, but Kaveh has it right now. It's fine. I've changed nothing with cons or talents. So let's see how he does. I have my stat numbers. I don't think a lot is going to change, and I never really got the chance to do a whole lot of like Shatter Bloom. So we might run this against some regular enemies. Okay, I'm gonna have to look at that on the rerun, but it looks like... Oh my god. It is so hard to tell, like, when you're, like, running it. But I kind of want to run this because we did do this starting. But like honestly, like we're doing a few thousand, which definitely isn't bad. I feel like our shatter isn't doing a whole lot. But I can't really tell what is shatter. Okay. So that is our sampler. I'm actually going to be running... Okay. Let's head to Miliastra and see if we can get a good damage DPS test. Okay, I'm going to be completely honest. I don't know if this is the right one. It looks a little bit different than the ones I've seen. But we're just going to start and we'll see what happens. Okay, it does look like we got a 15 in there. I will say, this team comp, the numbers are a little bit off. Like, not off, but I think in terms of the uptime. And I think part of it is the fact that I think Kaveh doesn't necessarily work super well on like a long uptime team. Typically, I think, at least my experience running Kaveh has just been like, oh okay, you want like a lot of quick time. That's kind of what I'm noticing. So we'll do one more rotation. Yeah, it doesn't seem like his shatter's doing all that much. But again, considering I did not build him for physical, I tried doing both. That's kind of what we're looking at. Okay. Oh no, Xingqiu is the one doing most of the damage. Okay. So that is where we are going to be ending this video. I know, like, in terms of stats, like, Kaveh didn't massively change. But I think, honestly, I'll probably still run him as more of a Bloom DPS than Shatter Bloom. But I thought Shatter Bloom would be interesting to try. I definitely have some characters that I do want to build in particular styles, but I was just like, you know, Shatter Bloom seemed fun, and it seemed interesting. But I definitely think, like, in, like, the future, if I can kind of find a way to, first of all, get his crit up a lot, I think he's definitely built more for Bloom, relying on the elemental reactions, and that's just how a lot of people build him. They're not building him necessarily off of physical DPS. And I think that there are definitely ways that I could have fixed it up instead of going with a 4-piece paradise. Going with something more like a... Not even that. I think honestly just running like a 2-piece for like attacks. So honestly maybe even a 4-piece day carved. I mean, you're not going to get the bonus crit for the Witch's Homework because Kaveh doesn't have a Witch's Homework, but it does give the attack increase by 25 for 6 seconds. You know, something like that. I don't think there's necessarily a general one. I think if you were running Farina in a Shatter Bloom, Marshose could always work well. Or, honestly though, you wouldn't really want to run this emblem in that... I think honestly probably like a 4-piece Shimenawa could have worked, but kind of just playing around with like what it is. I genuinely think that I will run him more Bloom, but it was just fun to try. I do have some cryo characters that I want to build for the next episode, so if you have any suggestions on who you want me to build, I know a lot of people are like staring me down because I have some of the top DPSs that aren't built. We're not going to talk about the fact that I have built Mofui because it's sub DPS. But I hope you guys still enjoyed nonetheless. I definitely still want to work on Kaveh more. And I am kind of glad that I do have some ideas for how to maybe do Shatterbloom. Because again, with Cryo being the potential meta for the future, I think having Kaveh as an opportunity to run a Shatter team is definitely going to, I think, be something that could work really well since I still don't have Eula. But I don't have a strong desire to get her. But I hope you guys subscribe and join me next time for another Genshin building video, where honestly, I kind of am thinking I should finally build Skirk, but I'm not 100% sure. Hope you guys enjoyed anyways, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.